Within 1 year, the Tuah girl went from being one of the biggest cultural phenomenons of 2025 to now having only 9 viewers on her livestream. My name's Ryan, and we're going to find out exactly what led to the Tuah girl becoming completely irrelevant and what she's up to now. On a random night in Nashville, a local content creator was interviewing people in the street when he asked Haley Welch a question that would make her instantly famous.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing, you get me?
And just like that, she became a global phenomenon. The clip exploded across every social media platform, with millions of people sharing, remixing, and reacting to her spontaneous moment, and the phrase Tuah became an instant meme. But there was just one problem. While everyone else was making money off of her viral clip, Haley wasn't seeing a single dollar. People were printing her face on t-shirts, creating memes, and building entire businesses around her viral phrase. People were selling hoodies with Tuah slogans. Even bars and restaurants started creating Tuah themed drinks to capitalize on the trend.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk.
But Haley was still working her regular job, watching from the sidelines as strangers profited off of her 15 seconds of fame. That's when she realized she had needed to take control of the situation, as she revealed in an interview with Vanity Fair magazine. But then it was like, okay, everybody else is making money off of it, and they're not even the ones that got interviewed, you know? So I wanted to do something about it. And the first thing I did, I went and found an attorney, and then he led me to my team that I'm with now. Her decision to get professional representation paid off immediately, because instead of fading away like most internet memes, her fame exploded. She gained 1.1 million followers in under a week, with people celebrating her success across social media. Soon, she was hanging out with some of the biggest celebrities in the world. During a festival in Nashville, country singer Zach Bryan even brought her on stage to sing with him, and the money was pouring in from everywhere, as someone even paid her $30,000 just to party at a Miami club in a Tuah jersey. She also started selling things like Tuah hats, and those were sold like crazy. Even Joe Rogan mentioned her on his podcast.
Did you see the you got a hawk Tuah spit on that thing, girl?
And some fans were so devoted, they got Tuah tattoos permanently inked on their arms. Her talent agency, The Penthouse, was ecstatic about the opportunities they were seeing. The world's gone crazy for Haley. I'm glad her team can help guide this rocket ship. She's America's sweetheart. The city of Nashville even gave her a plaque for breaking the internet at the exact spot where her viral video was filmed.
All right, as the official mayor of Nashville, it is my honor on behalf of the whole community to present Miss Haley Welch with this historic plaque. Haley Welch at this spot broke the internet when she said, "Spit on that thing."
Everything was trending upward, and there seemed to be no limit to how far she could take this opportunity. But success had a dangerous effect, as it made her greedy. In December 2024, she made a decision that would destroy everything she had built and turn her from America's sweetheart into one of the internet's most hated figures. On December 4th, 2024, Haley announced that she was partnering with a Web3 platform called Over Here to create something that would give her fans a chance to be a part of her community in a completely new way. She was launching her own cryptocurrency called the Hawk Coin.
My hawk meme coin is live!
Her team positioned this as a way for her genuine fans to invest in her success and become part of something bigger than just buying merchandise. They claimed that 20% of the tokens would go directly to her most loyal supporters, and to prove they weren't just trying to make a quick buck, her team made a public promise that would later become incredibly important. My team hasn't sold one token, and not one key opinion leader was given one free token. They insisted they were in it for the long run, and when the token launched, the response was explosive. Within minutes, the market cap skyrocketed to between $490 and $500 million, as the price peaked at 4.916 cents. Fans were buying in as fast as they could, thinking they were getting in on the ground floor of their favorite creator's next big venture. Little did they know they were walking straight into a carefully prepared trap, as the price fell sharply from this high to around $60 million just 20 minutes later. By the end of the day, the token had lost more than 95% of its value, wiping out millions of dollars from her fans' investments. Fans who had trusted her with their money were left devastated, watching their investments disappear in real time. The comment sections exploded with accusations of betrayal and fraud, like, "I just lost all of my money. I genuinely believed in this coin and I got scammed. Please someone help me. I trusted her. I put everything into this coin and I lost everything. Now I can't even afford my rent. What am I supposed to do?" How hard it is for influencers to not be horrible people. But what they didn't know was that this entire launch had been carefully designed to steal their money from the very beginning, and the evidence was all hidden in the blockchain data. When crypto investigator CoffeeZilla started digging into the blockchain data, he found something that completely exposed Hailey's lies. While she claimed that her team hasn't sold one token, the truth is far more sinister.
Bubble maps, which showed 96% of the supply was controlled by the team and was being sent out to a bunch of smaller wallets. The implication being that some of them might be dumping on.
This meant that only 4% of the tokens were actually available to her genuine fans, the people she claimed she was trying to help.
This response, the team hasn't sold one token, and then they post obviously a screenshot of a lot of sells from insiders who did not have to pay.
So Hailey's team was technically telling the truth, but just a twisted one.
The Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token, and that's because they pre-sold the tokens.
But the real scam was even worse than that.
Now, I spoke to some people who bought into this pre-sale. They say they got in at $16.69 million total valuation.
Meaning they could immediately dump them on her fans, who were buying at a peak valuation of $490 million. But it was just the beginning, as CoffeeZilla discovered something else.
That's the problem. Because Bubble Map says we found 285 investors join the Hawk pre-sale.
And the moment the token went live, the coordinated attack on Hailey's fans began immediately.
Well, 89 wallets sold 100% on launch. 47 sold over 50%. Anyway, you can see in total, $3.3 million.
However, the most disgusting part of the scam was who they were actually specifically targeting.
Situations like this, they're not targeting crypto bros. They're mostly targeting, like, actual fans who've never been involved in, the crypto space before.
And how her team openly bragged about this in a pitch deck.
You can see the Hawk deck here. Massive onboarding event. Hawk will onboard normies.
These fans had no idea how cryptocurrency actually worked. They just saw their favorite creator launching something and wanted to support her. But the team wasn't done stealing from them yet. On top of the coordinated dump, they also implemented 15% trading fees that went straight into their pockets.
But what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours, they made almost $2 million from this fee.
And when CoffeeZilla tried to get answers about where all the millions in fees and profits went, Hailey's team started dodging every question.
Money on the fees. Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the project. So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay.
They kept deflecting to talk about employees and expenses, but refused to provide any actual accounting for where the money disappeared to.
Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills.
You heard him right. Who cares where millions of dollars went?
While denying any accusation from CoffeeZilla.
Profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pull, I
rug
think, is
pull
relevant.
because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. Yeah, that's defamation.
Doc.
But the most pathetic moment came when the pressure got too intense. Right in the middle of CoffeeZilla asking the hardest questions about where all the money disappeared to, Hailey made an announcement that shocked everyone listening.
Like,
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Which just made her even more suspicious.
Can you imagine being asked questions about a scam, and in the middle of the questioning you go, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the bed, That is just wild.
As he dug deeper, he discovered the truth about how much money Hailey had made from the project.
She was paid an advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of $125,000. That's the only money she's seen.
Which only reveals her true colors.
I think this whole situation is terrible, and she should feel bad. I hope she does, really, because she got in bed with these people who clearly saw dollar signs. She saw dollar signs, And they did this.
All of this caused her intense backlash from the internet, as her TikTok account reportedly lost over 100,000 followers in December, and every comment section is filled with negativity, with people saying, imagine having no talent, get lucky success, then scam your audience after fame for a few bucks. Become famous overnight, monetize her fame, launch a shitcoin that scams people, drop an online apology, Hawk Tuah girl really speedrun a whole YouTube or social media career in the span of 6 months. Even creators like Penguin Zero had to make a few videos about her situation while sneering at her actions.
When the world needed her most, she vanished like the Avatar. Hawk Tuah girl went into hibernation, signing off with a "I'm going to bed" line in a Twitter space, never to be heard from again.
Just like that, she disappeared from the internet and people started counting. It's been 10 days since Haley Welch said she was going to bed, then vanished without a trace. It's been 6 weeks since she last posted a podcast episode. While Haley was hiding from the public, the scale of her crypto scam had attracted attention from people far more serious than the angry fans on social media, the federal government. The Hawk token disaster had stolen millions from American citizens, so multiple federal agencies began investigating the operation for potential securities fraud and other violations. As news spread, crypto litigation specialists began reaching out to potential victims. Berwick Law, a firm that exclusively handles cryptocurrency fraud cases, immediately recognized this as a major securities violation and started recruiting victims for a class action lawsuit. If you lost money on Hawk, contact our firm to learn about your legal rights. Even FBI agents showed up at her grandmother's house looking for information about the crypto scheme.
After the coin launch, the feds come to Granny's house and knocked on her door, and she called me having a heart attack, said, "The FBI is here after you. What have you done?" I was like, what?
However, the federal investigation was just the beginning of Haley's legal nightmare. While she was hiding, her victims were taking action. On December 19, 2024, people who bought the meme coin filed a class action lawsuit in federal court, whose losses were more than $151,000. The legal actions were serious. The lawsuit claimed that the Hawk coin tokens were actually unregistered securities, which would make the entire operation illegal under federal securities laws. If proven true, this could mean criminal charges for everyone involved. After months of complete silence, Haley finally returned to social media with a convenient explanation for where she had been. Oh, I hate to say this, but it was a much needed mental health break, I guess. But when she finally started explaining what had happened, her admissions only made the situation worse. She admitted she was essentially a puppet, reading scripts that someone else wrote for her social media.
Like, they'll send me sentences of what to say, and I'll just take a selfie video saying it and repeating it, and then I'll send it to the guy that's running it, and he'd post it on Twitter.
And the most damaging revelation was that she didn't even control her own Twitter account.
Keep in mind, I don't even have Twitter downloaded.
But perhaps the most heartbreaking part was when she described the real damage her crypto promotion had caused to her boyfriend.
But I made Pookie put some money in on it. He lost $300 and also went around work promoting it. So all the people he worked with were pissed off at him
Did people
too.
from his work also?
Yeah, they also lost money, and they go up to Kelby at work and be like, "Yeah, your girlfriend's a fucking bitch."
Instead of taking responsibility, these admissions only confirmed what everyone already suspected. She had recklessly promoted something she didn't understand to her most loyal fans. And eventually, the investigation on her involvement with the pump and dump scheme came to an end as the SEC cleared her name. But it meant absolutely nothing to the general public. Every single time Haley tried to post anything on social media, the comments were immediately flooded with reminders of the crypto scam. I wonder whose hawk she had to Tuah to get out of this one. Not many can sleep that well after stealing the livelihood of so many people. The nickname Hawk Tuah had completely been corrupted. Instead of the playful meme that made her famous, people were now calling her Scam Tuah. With her reputation destroyed and legal troubles behind her, Haley needed a new way to make money and stay relevant. During a podcast appearance, she announced the launch of her streaming career.
So I'm going to start streaming on Twitch, I think the 29th or the 30th.
But there was just one small problem, as Haley had absolutely no idea how it actually worked.
Okay, so what is Twitch?
It's like where you live stream. Like, you play games and you live stream.
People make so much money live streaming.
And you don't do anything. You just play games and you set a camera up where people can watch you. Like, it's easy.
And when pressured for more details about her plans, she gave the same response she had always given when asked about her business ventures.
See, I'm so uneducated. I don't know anything.
And how do you make money off of it?
Your guess is as good as mine. I guess how many people watch it, like...
Donations?
Yeah.
Oh,
See, he knows. This guy's got it.
However, after a few months after her big streaming announcement, the reality of Hailey's Twitch career became viral for all the wrong reasons. And it all began with a tweet reading, "The Hawk Tuah girl is currently streaming to 9 people." She was playing games terribly with virtually no one participating in the chat except for a few desperate sims. And the comment section wasn't anything like what she had expected. She went from having Jake Paul and KSI on her podcast to streaming Fortnite to 9 viewers in less than a year. Your career is over. With streaming going nowhere, Hailey started taking literally any opportunity that might generate income, no matter how desperate it made her look. One of her most pathetic schemes was selling individual photos of herself on fanfics. And she was also taking whatever random gigs she could find, like judging bikini contests to random TikTok sponsorships. But Hailey won't accept the reality as she started another project that would supposedly restore her career.
What's next for you?
So we've had talks about a documentary. We're working on that. We have a producer picked out, but we're still kind of getting into detail with that, and it's supposed to be a surprise.
But here's the problem. She'd been telling the exact same story about 5 months earlier.
And when do you think the documentary's coming out?
So we have a producer for it right now, which we haven't announced like who it is yet, but that'll be something to come, I'm sure, here pretty soon.
And while Hailey was living in denial about her situation, some people were trying to give her a reality check about where her career was actually headed. During one podcast appearance, the host made a comparison that should have been a wake-up call.
I don't know, but it seems like now is a good time to capitalize on that, you know? So that's all I'm saying. I look at you as sort of the Lou Bega of the South.
Lou Bega was a one-hit wonder from 1999 who had one massive viral song and then completely disappeared. The host was essentially telling Hailey that she was following the exact same trajectory. She even warned her what would happen if she didn't figure out a sustainable career soon.
You have to have a job.
Yep.
And could be boxing up springs and sending those out.
As her relevance continued to fade, Hailey's attempts to stay in the spotlight became increasingly desperate. Instead of acknowledging the harm she had caused or showing genuine remorse, she began calling her critics her ops like she was in some kind of war against the internet. But no one was buying it, with comments like gaslighting your victims by calling them ops, laughing crying emoji, trying so hard to stay relevant, go back to what you were doing, your time is over. Despite the overwhelming public hatred, Hailey still had a small group of defenders who showed up in her comment sections to make excuses for her behavior. These remaining sims would defend literally anything she did, no matter how indefensible it was. Y'all still not over the crypto thing, she didn't do it on purpose, she got scammed also. Quite obvious that this girl got set up by those who made the coin. When you hear her talking, it is obvious that she has no clue about all of this. Also, 22 years is quite young. Their defenses were always the same. They completely ignored the fact that she had promoted a cryptocurrency scam to her most loyal fans and then disappeared when they lost their money. But it wouldn't change anything because once she lost her audience's trust, nothing she did could bring it back, and that's exactly her current situation. Her TikTok still showed over 300,000 subscribers, which might look impressive at first glance, but those subscriber numbers were completely misleading because the actual viewership on new episodes was embarrassingly low. And this wasn't any better with her YouTube channel because although she has almost 200,000 subscribers, her streams were only averaging 5k views, which is in pale comparison to her glory days. Hailey's downfall had become so complete that she was now being mocked in mainstream media and pop culture. The hit TV show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia created a character directly based on her current situation named Cock Tuah, whose catchphrase was "chew on that thing," a clear parody of her viral moment.
Her name was Cock Tuah. Her catchphrase was "chew on that thing." Oh, I love the gays. I'll chew on that thing. Chew on that thing? I can just chew on that thing.
Across social media, people were celebrating her downfall as one of the most spectacular crashes in internet history. Came here after seeing an Instagram post where she only had 9 viewers, and some people were already mocking her inevitable return to a regular job, with comments like, "Do you want fries with that? You should start practicing a new catchphrase." And just like that, Hailey Welch went from being America's sweetheart to one of the internet's most hated figures. The girl who once broke the internet now can't even get 10 people to watch her streams. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like these next ones as well, and don't forget to subscribe.